Hey guys, how are you? This is Jim from the Pain PT, and I'm coming at you today from Northern California about the in-laws here. And I got some beautiful redwood trees behind me, so I figured it'd be nice to get outside and do a little video here. So today we're going to talk about, guys, 3 ways of not reacting to the symptom reaction so that you don't reinforce it. Okay, so we're going to talk about 3 ways of not reacting to the symptom reaction so that you don't reinforce it. So you may have heard and read about the secondary reaction, as it's called. And the secondary reaction is you, yourself, reacting to the primary reaction, which is your symptom, something you feel in your body, pain. And so that primary reaction, which is your pain or your symptom, that's always going to come first. That's always going to be the first thing that pops in. Okay, we can't even stop that or control that. Okay, that happens when it happens. So the secondary reaction is on us. Okay, and that's what we see a lot of in people. And the secondary reaction is what really causes stains and keeps these symptoms alive. Okay, so we're going to go over the 3 ways today that you can stop reacting to the primary reaction so that you can start to break down this symptom pattern in yourself. Okay, so the first way we want to stop reacting is mentally. Now, I've talked a lot to you guys before about mentally responding to the symptoms, mentally responding to what's going on. So reaction is one step prior to that. Reaction is not necessarily responding, it's just not doing anything, right? So reaction is not doing anything to reinforce these symptoms. So if we think about this mentally, what do I mean by this? So mentally not reacting to your symptoms means that you're not going to catastrophize. You're not going to worry, think negatively, have faulty beliefs. Or if those things pop up in your mind, you're not going to believe them. You're just going to let them pass. Okay, so when we're in a state of non-reaction, which is so important for healing, we're entering a state of mindfulness. We're entering a state of awareness, of presence. And this is the state we want to be in, or we need to be in, to practice this state of non-reaction. So mentally non-reacting, again, is you guys just being aware and letting any negative thoughts or beliefs go, or not having these negative thoughts consciously. Okay, when the symptoms arise. So that's mental reaction. You want to cut that off. The second thing we want to do is emotionally not react to the symptom. Now, the symptom itself, as you guys know, chronic symptoms come from the brain, not from the body. Most chronic symptoms are caused by your brain and not your body. Now, this means it's coming from your limbic brain, and your limbic brain is your emotional brain. So we can deduce that these symptoms you're experiencing in your body are really just a version of emotions. You're really just feeling emotions in your body. I'll talk more about this in another video. So that is the primary reaction, which is a symptom, but is also an emotion. And we don't want to have a secondary emotional reaction to what you're feeling. So you don't want to go into fear. You don't want to go into worry. You don't want to go into freaking out, going into anxiety around these symptoms, because that would be in a secondary reaction of fear. You don't want to go into frustration and anger, getting really upset and mad and yelling and screaming at your symptoms. Okay, that's also a secondary reaction of anger. It's not going to help. It's going to make your symptoms worse. And finally, if you go into despair and hopelessness and a depressed, sad state, well, you're also going to reinforce your symptoms in a similar way. So these are emotional reactions. They're secondary ones. We don't want them. We want to accept and allow the primary reaction, which is the symptom, because it's also an emotion. So we want to accept and allow that to pass, to move through us. That's perfectly okay, perfectly good to view that and treat that with non-reaction. Third category would be your behavioral reactions, your physical reactions. So what this means is that people are doing things in reaction to their symptoms, like they're avoiding things. Hey, I'm not going to go walk today. I'm not going to go this today. I'm not going to eat this food. I'm going to do, not going to do X, Y, Z. These are all behavioral reactions. We call these pain behaviors, sometimes symptom behaviors, that obviously aren't helpful, but they are reactions, and they also will reinforce your symptoms. So you can have mental reactions, emotional reactions, behavioral reactions. All three of those things will reinforce your symptoms if you're not careful. So guys, we really want to start to practice the state of non-reaction. It's one of the most powerful things that you can do. It's healing in and of itself if you just stay in a state of non-reaction. And the reason why you want to enter this state is because the symptoms, again, that you're experiencing, they are not dangerous, they are not threatening. We don't want to fix them, we don't want to treat them, we don't want to try to make them go away, which is what everybody's doing. Okay, that's why they're reacting to them. But when we do this, guys, you got to understand that you're reinforcing the very thing you don't want. Okay, so state of non-reaction means that we're not doing anything because we don't need to. We're just allowing and accepting what's happening, and we're letting that fizzle out and dissolve in time. If it comes, it comes. We're going to let it go. We're not going to add anything more to the mix. And what typically happens is this stuff starts to break down, starts to dissolve, starts to become less intense in time as you're doing these three categories of non-reaction. But the big but here again is that people aren't doing that. People are reacting. When I talk to people every day, they're telling me, oh, I'm like, well, how are you handling these symptoms? Well, yeah, I've been sitting on the sofa. Well, yeah, I've been, not going away, and I'm worried about them. I'm getting upset. All these things that people are doing inadvertently that they don't realize are just reinforcing the very thing they're trying to get rid of, the very thing they don't want. Okay? So guys, let's practice this state of non-reaction, no reaction, no secondary reaction to your symptoms. Again, the symptoms are the primary reaction. It happens first from your brain, enters your body, you feel that. You can't stop that, but what you can do is stop the secondary reaction. So primary reaction is negative. If you're also reacting negatively, that's a double negative. That's double trouble. That's more symptoms. That's going to keep the symptoms going. So let's have a positive non-reaction to what's happening. All right, guys. I will talk to you next time. Hope you're enjoying your day. Bye-bye.